93, 93, 93. This is Amon Ashrenew from ashrenew.com. We back in here once again. And today we will speak on how to navigate or how to move in these streets 22 and beyond, 2022 and beyond. Because as we know, we have entered into a new cycle or a new wave, due to current events. This has been a slow build up, but now we have crossed over the threshold, so we must navigate accordingly. So the first thing we must understand is we must move with prudence. What I mean by moving with prudence is you have to be discreet. You cannot move and people know about your whereabouts. Because here's the thing. It's way too easy for people to locate you, to catch on to how you move, when you move, your schedule. It's way too easy to become a target. You never know who's watching. Because all it takes is a phone call, all it takes is a text for things to go left. Because, we move, we're trying to be flashy. We're trying to show off. What's up, Glenn? Peace, right? So what this means is, if you are not moving with prudence, once again, all your whereabouts must remain confidential. Even amongst the people in your immediate circle. Because as we know, the greatest threat isn't necessarily your enemy. It's the people that already know you. It's the people that are jealous or envious of you. And it's hard to be jealous and envious of a person and you have no idea what they have and what they don't have. But the people that you bring into your circle that are actually around you, who have been in your house, who know your innermost thoughts, those people are more dangerous because they already know who you are, how you move, and how you respond. So these people are actually more dangerous than a stranger. A stranger can only go off of what you show them. So if you're not really showing much, like this stuff is even in the Bible, right? What's up, Jaguar? Peace. Real occultists move in silence. At this point, you have to. As an occultist, we have already been moving like this. But you see, the masses, the masses keep getting fucked over, right? People are becoming cold-blooded, especially with inflation. Yeah, I just paid like $6.50 just to get money out the ATM. It really is crazy. I just paid an additional $6.50 just to take money out the ATM. I got a double charge. The ATM is charging me and my card is charging me. Yeah, so we know what it is. So imagine if you're in a place like California. Imagine if you were in a place like New York, where the rent is crazy. So people are looking for a victim. So if you have a victim mentality, you become food. So it starts, of course, with the mentality. So I'm not saying walk around in fear. We have to move like chess. It's not checkers. You cannot no longer be direct. And like I said, this stuff is even in the Bible. You are not supposed to show off your assets. You are not supposed, I spoke about this, on the Telegram, right? You are not supposed to show off your assets. I don't care how successful you think you are, what you think you have, how bad your wife is, how bad your husband is. Because you see, we're so quick to show off. So we're not showing off, again, the people that's closest to us. We're flashing money. Again, this is what the rap, not hip hop, this is what rap did. Rap put the idea in our minds that it's okay to show what you have. Because you see every fucking day, there's a rapper showing what they have. But these same people are coming up short because they are not safe anywhere they go. But they can afford security. They can afford for 5, 10, 15, 20 people to be around them at all times. But the average person doesn't have that luxury. So because the youth are so impressionable, we think that is cool. That is, you can do what these rappers do. You can mimic what you see on TV because that's all they show on TV as well. So I'm not going to just limit it to the rappers, just all entertainers. For some reason, I'm not even going to say for some reason, we know what it is. People feel like their value is, people just don't value themselves enough, their own attributes enough. That's why I spoke about yesterday about a magical name. Meaning, if you feel your value is placed in materialism, then you definitely need to change your name. Because if you cannot place your value in your magical abilities, your magical components, you're missing the point. What's up, Amar? 93, 93, 93. Do not place your value in material assets. Because all it's going to do is create envy, as we call the evil eye. That's where that comes from. The evil eye comes from people doing too much, people going over the top because they don't have enough value in themselves. They don't feel comfortable just wearing, a plain shirt. This shit gotta be designer, right? They don't feel comfortable with a $50 pair of shoes, right? They gotta go overboard with it. But again, they are coming up short. Because again, this has already been predicted. This has already been predicted. If you want to go overboard, you will pay a consequence, especially since we are in the Kali Yuga. But that's on the material side. Okay, hold on, let me put this on. That's on the material side. Let's go a little deeper. Also, do not share your sexuality with people who cannot even comprehend sex magic, aka Tantra. Because I just did a poll, about what people want to hear. People want to hear more about Tantra, right? People want to hear more about sex magic. So if you can't even have these types of conversations with your sexual partners, there's no need to even lay down with these people if you got to keep it to yourself. So do not share your energy with strangers, people who can't even comprehend what sex magic is because they're too traditional. Leave these people alone. Honestly, if you feel like that's just a little bit too occult, what's up, Tangela? Greetings, greetings. If you feel like Tantra or sex magic is too occult to speak about and you're laying down with a person and you don't even feel comfortable sharing that with a person about, okay, I'm actually trying to bring forth energy. I'm trying to bring forth things from my own sexuality. If you feel like that's a little bit too occult, a little bit too much to even mention to your sexual partner, is why are you even laying down with them? This is what it means to be tantric. You can actually express what you're actually trying to bring forth. I am here to rise up my Kundalini. But if they don't even have a concept of what Kundalini is, what benefit are you going to gain that's not short term? 93, 93, 93. So what I'm saying is we must think long term. We have to think past an orgasm. We have to think past an ejaculation because that's how most people are already thinking anyway. Most people, again, looking at ass, titties, muscles, whatever the fuck people are into, and they're ready to let off. It's just over with for that. Because you don't know who the fuck you're laying down with. You cannot operate strictly off of lust and lust alone. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with lust, but you're not supposed to operate on lust alone if they are not a magician. You should not be having sex with non-magicians if you consider yourself a magician, because it's not going to benefit you. It may benefit them because their mind is only thinking about an orgasm. Then they're thinking about the next person. So truly, what is it doing for you? Once they get off, once they get their nut, once they get their orgasm, they're not even thinking about you no more. We know how it is because it's short term. They went off of lust and they didn't allow the energy to cultivate because they were so ready to release. But the whole purpose of Tantra is letting the energy cultivate. Meaning, if you are a man, you should be able to hold back your orgasm for as long as possible. Your goal should not be ejaculation, but we come up in a culture where we think that's just the end all be all. You have sex to ejaculate. That cannot be your mentality, because if that is your mentality, that's short term. And as a magician, as an occultist, the goal is to be long term. You're trying to bring forth things into existence that are inside of you. That's not a short term thinking. The same way a person is thinking about 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, you have to be futuristic, even in your sexuality. So you should never be laying down without some type of magical intent. You should not be having sex without some type of magical intent. Because if you're not, it's cardinal. It's no different than animals fucking. Because that's how animals think. And if you consider yourself a conscious being, you should not be behaving like a fucking animal. Because that's what animals do. They see something they like and they go for it. And if they connect, they connect. And when they're done, they just depart. They don't have no long-term bond. There's very few animals that have a long-term bond, meaning like they just only have one partner their entire lives. Most animals are just all over the place doing whatever the fuck. And so be it. They're animals. They are spirits. Let the spirits move. Don't behave like a spirit. That's why I also said yesterday, do not behave like a spiritual being. You are not a spirit. You have spirit, but you are not a spirit. You are consciousness. Do not act like spiritual. That's what spiritual people do. That's why I'm making a separation. That's why I'm making a distinction. You are not a spiritual person. That's how a spiritual person moves. Spiritual people still move like animals because that's what it means to be spiritual. That's what it means to be materialistic. But we are navigating from the consciousness, meaning you must think long term, especially you're trying to be here long term. So if you're trying to be here long term, you must lay down with magical intent. You must be tantric. Tantra or tantra is a lifestyle. It's not an act. That's the first thing we must realize. It is a lifestyle. It is a way of life. So it starts before you even enter into the bedroom. Meaning if you can't sit and meditate with a person because the person is just so ready to fucking let off, you need to reconsider who you're fucking with. If they're too eager to get their rocks off and they can't even do a 15 to 20 minute meditation with you, meaning they don't even like foreplay, what are we doing? Because you know damn well, as eager as they are to get their rocks off, once they get their rocks off, they're going to be eager to do the next thing. Again, this is how an animal behaves. That's how humans behave, because humans are really no different than animals, because they're spirits. The whole purpose of working with the occult, being an occultist, being a magician, is you are evolving from a human to a conscious being. That is the whole purpose of why we're here. Because we don't want to behave like fucking animals. We don't want to behave like humans, because look at what humans are doing to the world. It's a human that's going to rob your ass. It's a fucking human that's going to take advantage of you. Not a conscious being. A conscious being is not trying to take nothing from nobody. But we know that that's not the majority of the people now, is it? So if you are conscious, you shouldn't even be allowing humans in your cipher at all. Because these are the people that play you, as they say. They take advantage of you. The people that we consider friends, the people that we consider family. These are the people that's plotting behind your back. Humans. Not conscious beings, humans. Conscious beings, we're trying to elevate each other. We want to see each other at our apex. That's why I come on here. to speak to conscious beings. I want to see you at your apex, not a physical sight, an astral sight. I want you to be at your heights. I want you to be at your maximum potential. That's why I get on here and I speak. This is how you be at your maximum potential. I don't want to see you fail. I don't want to see you fucked over. I don't want to see you doing human shit, behaving like a fucking animal. Because people are already doing that shit and it's not benefiting them. That's why the world is the way it is. That's why everybody has a capitalistic state of mind. They're trying to get over on your destruction. Is that not how the system works? When you make a mistake, somebody gets paid. That's how the world works, right? The world is waiting for you to make a mistake. The world is waiting for you to make a mistake because somebody's going to benefit. If you go to jail, somebody benefits. That lawyer benefits. That judge benefits. Everybody else benefits except you. They benefit off of your loss. So that's all I'm saying here. Every time you make a mistake, you putting money in somebody else's pocket while you're taking money out of your own pocket. When you lay down with a human and a mistake happens, meaning an unwanted pregnancy, or you end up getting burned or something with a disease that's unwanted, because that's what the fuck humans do. They're just doing any fucking thing because they don't have any fucking discipline. How do you think people catch diseases? No fucking discipline. Just think about when COVID was out. It was some people that didn't even want to wear masks. Just getting other people sick. That's just human shit. So not only are they not protecting themselves, they're trying to get other people sick. Talking about a conspiracy and shit. This is how a human thinks. As a conscious being, the last thing you want to do is infringe on somebody else's free will. You cannot consider yourself conscious if you're trying to infringe on somebody else's free will. So as a conscious being, you want to make sure that everything is smooth because you know nobody else is going to do it anyway. Because again, they're waiting for you to slip. They're waiting for you to fall. They're casting the evil eye on you. They're waiting for you to fuck up. They're waiting for you to operate off of your lust because they're going to benefit, because they're going to be able to absorb your energy. So again, just think, as a man, you're just you're so eager to bust off. Then you bust off, you done gave somebody else your energy that you've been cultivating. So let's just say you haven't released for a whole week. Then you release after a week with a fucking stranger or somebody who's not conscious. You just gave them all that energy. And you gain nothing other than an ejaculation. I remember people said COVID was 5G. Yes, because of 5G towers, you can say activates COVID because COVID is nanotechnology. It's not just a vaccine. That vaccine contains nanotechnology. So those 5G signals influence that nanotechnology. So there is some merit to that, but because it was labeled conspiracy, people just stopped talking about it, right? And that's another thing. We got people walking around with nanotechnology. This is just another reason. So meaning if they were already unhealthy, if they already was not practicing a tantric lifestyle, just imagine what that vaccine has done to people. And they already wasn't healthy. They was already on bullshit. They was already on human time. All that's going to do is further put you into the pits. So that's the last thing you want to do with another person who has no discipline, because it's not going to benefit you whatsoever. The only thing, again, the only power that they would have over you is lust. That's it. If you have discipline, you don't fall for the tricks. You don't fall for the tricks. But it's easy to fall for the tricks because they say, the people that you be around, you become like them. So if you surround yourself amongst humans, you become human. You surround yourself amongst consciousness, you become conscious. That's the whole thing. You want to do your best to surround yourself with conscious beings because that's going to make you more conscious. Instead of people that take away or lower your consciousness. We know who these people are. who can't even take these types of conversations because they're too far gone. They can't even sit through a conversation like this because they know that they fit into that category. They know that they're not moving right. They know that they're not living a proper lifestyle. They know that they're not living a healthy lifestyle. So again, when you combine that with nanotechnology and you combine that with all of the subconscious programming that we have to endure, look at all this advertisements out here. Every fucking advertisement, they're trying to advertise alcohol to you. They're trying to advertise pharmaceutical drugs to you. They're trying to advertise things that you do not fucking need. But you know what we do? We buy it because we think that means something. We think it means something because we have designer on, or because we have things that other people don't have. Why are we trying to impress humans? You are a fucking god. You are a goddess. Why the fuck are you trying to impress humans? That's why people are coming up fucked up. Trying to impress humans, and then humans fuck you over. That's how it is. It's your own fucking karma if you decide to do that. You're trying to impress humans like they even give a fuck. When they are casting the evil eye on you, they're trying to put fucking hexes and curses on you because they don't like the position that you in. But you avoid all that when you appear not to have anything. You appear regular, but you are divine, or you are demonic, or a little bit of both. But nobody knows because you keep your goddamn mouth closed. You're not speaking about things that you know people can't handle. People don't know what you into because you're not running your mouth about it. You're mysterious. That's why it's called a mystery school. It's just that simple, right? That's why it's called a mystery school. The mysteries are preserved for those who can comprehend it, which is those who are conscious. It's just that simple, right? If you're not conscious, then you're not going to preserve anything. What are you preserving if you're not conscious? So the best thing we should be doing is preserving our own kundalini. If you're not preserving anything else, you should be preserving your own kundalini instead of giving it to a fucking human, which is not going to benefit you, it's going to benefit them. But what do you think they're going to do with your energy? Do you really think they're going to do something constructive with your energy that you just gave them? We see how that works? Don't fall for the traps. This world wants to come up off of your energy. This world actually operates off of conscious people's energy. This whole world is based off of us making mistakes. That's why they call us Messiah seeds. This whole world is based off of our mistakes. Because every time we make a mistake, the world gets better for them, for a human. Just watch the movie Dark City. For those who don't understand what I'm saying, watch the movie Dark City. Everything is there. It's all documented. They use you as a vessel to manifest their world. They can't manifest on their own. They need you. They need your kundalini. Why do you think they put all these addictions in our face? They need your kundalini. They need your kundalini to be operating from the base level. They don't want your kundalini operating from a cosmic level. Peace, Lady Al. What's up? They don't want your kundalini operating from a cosmic level. Because that's you manifesting your world. That's you manifesting your reality. That's you manifesting peace in your world. But they want you to stay on violence. They want you looking at your own people like savages. Because unfortunately, our people are savages. Our people don't have discipline. Our people are the easiest to trick and fool. Why do you think we have so many scammers and hustlers in the community? Because we are the easiest to manipulate. Because we feel like we're the fucking victims. We feel like, okay, because we've been through slavery, people been fucking us over, white supremacy, all this. We feel like we are the ultimate victim. So anytime we get a little bit of something, we go crazy. Like we ain't never had nothing. Because our value has completely been detached from us. The only value we place on anything is on materialism. That's the trick. They played a trick on us. So when we make material things and we overvalue material things, when we overvalue sexual experiences with humans, we benefit other people. If we're victims of these cycles or yugas, does it matter if we do something or not? No, they want you to think you are a victim. See, here's the thing. Yes, we are in the Kali Yuga. In the Kali Yuga, you can say the world is devolving. That's why we are filled in the world of degenerates. However, the Kali Yuga for the conscious being is for you to preserve the secrets. It's for you to preserve the mysteries, meaning you are the balance. What's up, Prima? What's up? What's up? What's up? In the Kali Yuga, in this current cycle, yes, the world is full of degenerates, but it's for you to be that cosmic consciousness because that's what balances this. Meaning, if you don't be conscious, who will? If you don't operate from your cosmic consciousness, who will? Right? The golden age is you operating from your cosmic consciousness because the crown chakra is gold. The metal gold resonates with your crown chakra. Gold doesn't resonate with your root chakra. Gold resonates with your crown. Your crown represents cosmic consciousness. It was never about a physical crown. So whenever you see kings or queens with crowns, it was never about a physical crown. But you see, we place value on crowns. We think it's something because a person has a goddamn crown. But it's really talking about your crown chakra. That's your crown. You being able to operate from your cosmic consciousness, that's your crown. That's what makes you a king. That's what makes you a queen. It has nothing to do with a physical crown. It has nothing to do with a physical kingdom or a physical queendom. It has nothing to do with materialism. It has everything to do with you being a cosmic being because you are. You are consciousness. You are not a spirit. But again, you see, they fooled us to think that we are spirits. And because when you consider yourself a spiritual being, you do spiritual shit, which is material shit. Because your spirit never leaves this physical plane. When you die, your spirit dissolves into the physical. Your spirit doesn't go with you. What goes with you is your consciousness. Your spirit dissolves. So if you were considering yourself spiritual, and that's why they push this spiritual shit on us. That's why they push love and light, positive vibes. That's why they push this shit on us, because they want you to operate from your spirit, because that benefits them. It doesn't benefit you being a spiritual being, because you're not even claiming your divinity. Just because you consider yourself spiritual, that's not claiming your divinity. It ain't nothing divine about a spirit. Everything has a goddamn spirit. There's nothing divine about a spirit. What makes you divine is you are actually consciousness. I mean, that's the part that makes you a part of what we call God, what we call the all. What makes you a part of the all is your consciousness. It's not your spirit. Your spirit is what makes you worldly. We operate from the spirit to navigate this physical plane. Other than this physical plane, your spirit dissolves. It has nothing to do with your cosmic consciousness. Again, that's the whole science of Buddhism. That's why the Buddha went through his trials and tribulations. But we only want to pay attention to fat Buddha. You don't want to pay attention to Buddha when he was skinny, when all he was skin and bones, when he was going through his trials and tribulations, when he was going through his initiations. Nobody want to pay attention to that. We want to pay attention after he found his revelations. You know, when he got the big belly and all that. See, that's what we put that on the pedestal in America, on the Western society. All we care about is fat Buddha. We don't care about Buddha when he was going through his, he was going through shit that we can't even imagine, honestly, because he was trying to get out of reincarnation. Again, that's what people don't understand. Buddha was born into royalty. Buddha didn't have any wants. Buddha, whatever the fuck that we're trying to strive towards, he already had. He was literally born into royalty. Anything he wanted, he already had. He didn't even have the desire. He had no desires. It was already there. He gave all of that up to answer the infinite question of, how do I escape the cycles of reincarnation? That was his only question. That's why he had to achieve enlightenment on his own, because nobody else was asking that question. Everybody else is chasing after materialism, or they're chasing after spirituality. And he was looking at all these people like, this is not the ultimate question here. We're all being fooled because it just takes us deeper into the matrix. So you can be as material as you want. You're still going to reincarnate because you didn't put in the real work. You never achieved cosmic consciousness, so you're going to reincarnate. So it don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter how many bitches you fuck. Just to be technical here, right? You're going to bring your ass right back here and have to do this shit all over. The only thing that's going to put an end to reincarnation is you going into your cosmic consciousness so that you can go above and beyond. That's the only thing that's going to help you escape. Everything else is just an illusion. That's why they call it Maya, because all this other shit is an illusion. All this spirituality, all this shit is an illusion. This is not going to do anything for your soul. Your spirit and your soul is not the same. Your soul doesn't resonate with any of this. Your soul is about building up that kundalini to the cosmic force so that you can have a realization of who you really are. Right? Exactly. I see you, Nubian hippie. Again, yes, because the Western world, we want to emphasize materialism. We want to emphasize greed. We want to emphasize capitalism. So we don't know the true story of Buddha because I never made it up. We don't care about that over here. Because everybody's trying to be an individual. We don't care about the collective consciousness. See, Buddha cared about the collective. That's why he taught. That's why Buddhism was the first world religion. Because he answered questions that nobody else answered before him. But you see, he had to come from royalty. So that's why I say, like, if you don't understand the energy of Buddha, you're missing the point. Meaning, he was somebody who had no wants. Everything that you fucking desire, he already had. People spend their whole life trying to achieve what he already had. He came into the world with no desires. It was already there. People spend their whole life and don't even get close to that. But then they end up reincarnating. So it took somebody to, like, yo, I don't want any of that shit. Let the world have it. See, the average person will never do that. The average person is going to take all that materialism and they're going to live it up. They're going to take that blue pill. Buddha decided to take the red pill. So even in the movie, The Matrix, when Neo had to take the red pill, did he come into wealth? Did he come into abundance? Did he come into anything material? No. All that shit dissolved. The only thing he truly had was his soul, his cosmic consciousness, and that's what allowed him to ascend. It's just that simple. You see that it's already playing out before us, but we get caught up in the special effects. We get caught up in the storyline. We're not seeing what's really being played out. And that's why we get fucked over. That's why the world is waiting to eat us alive. The world is just waiting to eat us alive. Waiting for us to make a mistake once again. Waiting for you to not claim your divinity. Waiting for you to not claim your thelema. Because it benefits them. So once again, Tantra is a lifestyle. It is a way of life. It is not an act. That's why, it's a lot of people that push Tantra, but they're just trying to get ass. Let's just be honest. They're just trying to get ass. It's still immaterial. They're not trying to develop their consciousness. They're just trying to get more sex. So it's still cardinal. Because if you ask them, okay, I don't even want to have sex, they ain't even fucking with you no more. You see? As if Tantra is strictly sexual. Anybody who's pushing that is a fraud. If there is it is a complete lifestyle. It is not a sexual expression or a sexual act. That is just a small portion of the life. Just like rap is a small portion of the culture of hip hop. Rap is just a part of it. But you see, we inflate that very small part as if that's the end all be all. And that's why so many people are getting fucked up. That's why everybody wants to be a rapper, right? We want to overinflate a small portion and forget about everything else. Do you think it's all right to practice Tantra with somebody who got the jab? Well, I would say that's completely up to you. Because honestly, some people did it because they was forced to do it. A lot of people, it wasn't even their decision to do it. A lot of people did it because they wanted to keep their job. A lot of people did it because they were backed into a corner. They didn't want to face those trials and tribulations of being on their own, right? So people were forced to do it. So there's a lot of people with that job, millions of people with that job. So if you're fortunate to find somebody who went against that, by all means. But again, that don't necessarily make them tantric either, right? So just because a person didn't take the job, that don't mean they live a tantric lifestyle either. So that really shouldn't even be the determining factor. You're more so looking at their lifestyle. Because yeah, you will have people that take the jab, but if they are practicing tantra, the lifestyle, that's more beneficial than somebody who didn't take the jab, but they're still a savage in their ways. So I would get the person that's not fucking savage, so a person that has tantric discipline, whether they have the jab or not. That really shouldn't even be the determining factor. You're looking at how a person lives their life. Yeah, they may have some nanotechnology, but they can dissolve that nanotechnology with the right lifestyle. So it's not going to affect them like it affects everybody else if they live a proper lifestyle, if they have some type of discipline. Meaning if they're able to resist the subconscious programming that we are always up against every day, all day. We can't even walk outside without seeing billboards. We can't even watch TV without seeing advertisements and commercials trying to sell you something that you don't need. They selling you poison through the TV, through YouTube. Can't even watch videos without, again, these fucking advertisements. They pay us little pennies and shit. But most of the time, it's shit that you don't need. They're selling you shit that you don't need. It's optional. But they're trying to make money off of tricking you. It just is what it is. They want to trick you and then make money off of you. As if you really need it. They want to trick you to believing that you need what they are selling. But you see, they're not selling Tantra. They're not selling the occult. They're not selling the mystery school. So what are they selling you? Something that stimulates your root chakra versus your crown chakra. It's just that simple. Something that stimulates your spirit versus something that stimulates your consciousness. That's all you got to ask yourself. Is this stimulating my spirit? Is this going to make me a spiritual being, or is this going to make me a conscious being? Because consciousness is connected to a lifestyle. Whether we want to call it the Tao, whether we want to call it Tantra, whether we want to call it the alchemy is a lifestyle, whether we want to call it the Lima, it's all a lifestyle. So if they're not promoting a lifestyle with some type of discipline, all they're trying to do is sell you poison. And then when you get addicted to their pharmaceuticals, what do you think is going to happen after that? See, they don't want you fucking with the cocaine or the weed or the psychedelics and all that. They want you to be addicted to their pharmaceuticals, their drugs, so that you put money in their pocket, which destroys your lifestyle. I think we're all affected at some level through the food we consume. What's up, Seven Taylor? That's why I say you have to live a disciplined lifestyle. Yes, you're right. Just being in this human experience, you will be subjected to the poisons of this world. But as long as you have a consciousness, as long as you have a will, you will be able to supersede it, which is the point. So again, I'm not promoting perfection. I'm not saying any of this for anybody to be perfect, but you must take accountability for your life. Meaning, so if you decide to live a tantric lifestyle, you're going to be better off than somebody who's not. And that's the best we can do. All I'm saying is do the best that you can do in the position that you're in. You may not be able to afford all organic foods. You may not be a person that's vegetarian. You may still be eating meat. That's fine. Tantra, actually, one of the 5 elements of Tantra is eating meat. So you're not outside the boundaries because you consume certain things, because it's still a lifestyle. That's why the sexual currency is so important. That's why it's so important that you cultivate your kundalini. Kundalini burns up all the bullshit. That's my point. When you are cultivating your kundalini, it dissolves and it burns all of the negative attributes that we take on just by being in this human experience. That's the whole purpose of activating your kundalini, so that you dissolve and you burn all of this extra shit that we are subjected to until you are not subjected to it. But the only way to supersede it is to work on your kundalini. You have to go from the root to the crown, then from the crown back to the root. You have to have a full circulation. You have to have a full circulation of energy. Because if you don't, that's truly our only medicine. That's why the medical symbol is a snake. Is the medical symbol not the kundalini? Let's just be real. It's a snake with a staff with wings. That's the medical symbol. Meaning they're telling you right there, your only medicine is your own kundalini. The only thing we can do is stimulate your kundalini. That's all it's doing. All they're doing is stimulating your kundalini. It's just not in your favor. See, they're not going to give you the lifestyle. They just want to give you the antidote. They want to say, we got the antidote. But we already have the antidote is your own kundalini, your own sexual currency. But again, we can't benefit from it if we're busting off too fast. How are we going to do it? If a woman is not multi-orgasmic, she's not going to benefit. If a man is not able to hold back his ejaculation, he's not going to benefit. That's why it has to be tantric, because that dissolves all of the bullshit that we are already subjected to. So truly, the only medicine is your own kundalini. Cultivating your own kundalini. That's the only way to raise up your consciousness. That is the only way. You're not going to be, it's not something you can eat. It's not something you can drink unless you're drinking your own urine. But how many people are doing that? You know why people are afraid to drink their own urine? Because they're not disciplined. Because they eat crazy. That's why when they drink their urine, it tastes fucking disgusting. Well, yeah, if you're eating fucking fast foods, if you're eating the wrong foods, the last thing you want to do is drink your own urine. But I guarantee if you change what you consume, you're going to realize, like, oh, this is actually doable. But you see, I've been talking about that for years. But you see, you have to live a certain lifestyle to get a benefit from that. Everybody else, again, it's disgusting to them because it's disgusting what they eat. But we look at this shit like it's good. We be so ready to consume bullshit, but then when we look at what comes out of our body, it's disgusting to us. Your urine is disgusting to you. You know what I mean? Your fucking feces are disgusting to you. Right? When you sit on the toilet and you release, the fucking whole bathroom just smells disgusting. That's because of what we put in our body. I guarantee if all you ate was fruits, natural stuff, to the best of your ability, I'm not saying you got to be, again, wholly organic. If you just lessen the bullshit that you eat, you will realize none of that shit happens. Your urine comes out clear. When you're hydrated, I just bought a whole jug of water. I literally just bought, that's why I spent the extra $6.50. I'm like, yo, I need to get a whole jug of water. I need to make sure that I stay hydrated. Because as long as I stay hydrated, when I urinate, my urine is clear. So if I decide to practice urine therapy, it's not going to have no smell and it's not going to have no taste because I'm drinking enough water. I'm hydrated. But if I don't, the urine is going to be yellow and it's going to smell terrible. But you see, it's going to be my fault. It ain't the world's fault. It will be my fault. So when I go to the restroom, it shouldn't be no smell at all because I'm not putting the madness in my body. So this is what I'm saying. Meaning, so if you don't like what comes out of your body, you need to reanalyze what you put in your body. But you see, people don't want to do that. So again, they're not thinking about urine therapy or shivambu, if you want the ancient term, shivambu. We're not thinking about that because of the lifestyle we live. It's not disgusting because, again, if you live a certain type of lifestyle, your urine has no taste, no smell. It literally tastes like water, just warm water. If you get it to a certain point, it would literally just taste like warm water. That's possible. I done it several times. So I'm not speaking about nothing that I haven't already proven myself. I'm not going off of nobody else's word. I'm not going off of literature. I'm not going off a book I read. I'm not going off of nobody else's word. This is by my personal experience, as it always is. All I can speak is from my personal experience. So even with Tantra, I'm not out here fucking this random women because I'm horny. If I ever get horny, I'm gonna edge. Edge is this. I may watch some porn and edge for 45 minutes to an hour. That's what I'm gonna do until I'm no longer horny. I mean, I'm gonna solve it on my own. If there's nobody tantric, I will solve it on my own. The last thing I'm gonna do is go, fuck my energy off to somebody who's non-deserving of the energy in the first place. I'm not doing myself no justice. And now I'm combining my fluids with theirs, and I don't even know their diet. So that's the crazy shit. We land down with people, you don't even know their diet. They can be eating crazy, and you wouldn't even know it. You don't really know it until a person starts sweating, right? You don't really know it until a person starts sweating, because that's when their real scent comes out. When that cologne is done, when that perfume is done, we literally have to smell a person's true body odor, right? So again, we don't want to talk about that, right? So if they eat crazy, they're going to smell crazy. Their natural scent, right? What's up, Callie? What's up, Callie? 93. Facts. No taste when you hydrate and eat decent. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. All right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying here. If we do our best, and again, our best is not being perfect. I'm not telling nobody to be perfect. Just do your best. Work with what you can work with. Literally, even if you don't have no resources, if you have no money, you still have your own natural resources, which is your own urine. So as long as you can get some water, and you say you can get water from public places. You ain't even gotta buy water if you can't afford it. I ain't saying you gotta buy water with a pH level of 9, spending $4, $5, $7 on water. I'm not saying that. You can get a jug of water for what, $2. Drink a whole gallon of water. Clean out your urine or clean out your system, then just start drinking your urine. And I guarantee you will be better off. Just simple. Then you start changing your diet. Just be as clean as possible. So hold on. Let me get this back. Let me just show y'all. Let me show y'all what I'm working with. Hold on. Because motherfuckers think I'm just talking about this shit. Hold on. Y'all think I'm just talking, though? Y'all think I'm just talking. Y'all think I'm just talking about this shit. Hold on. Think I'm fucking around. Look at this. Literally fresh. Just bought this, right? I appreciate the $5, Tangela. Salute to you. Salute to you. A gallon of water, right? Big ass water, right? Think I'm fucking around? Gatorade. Just for some extra kick. Think I'm fucking around? See big ass Gatorade, right? Look at this shit. Look at this. See that? Cranberries. Nuts. Right? I just got this. Y'all think I'm fucking around? Oh, I'm just talking though, right? Yeah. I think I'm like everybody else. I'm just talking though, right? Got little breakfast snacks and shit. Right? Cool. Right? Little bars. Peanuts. Right? But I'm just talking though, right? I'm just talking, all right? So you see the type of time I'm on. I'm preparing myself. Because I'm going to eat that, I guarantee. When all that comes out of my body, no scent. Nothing. I'm going to be just fine, right? So just in case anybody thought I was just running my mouth, but I'm not actually living out this, there it is. I got the right in front of you. So yeah, I'm not fucking around. That's why I can only give you who I am. I can't give you what I'm not. I can only give you who I am. That's why I'm always talking about now. I'm like, that's why I'm getting my body on point. I'm like, yeah, I got my mind on point. You can say I got my spirit on point, sure. But now I gotta be a sex symbol. I gotta be a sex symbol now. I'm like, I'm tired of talking about this shit. I gotta be walking around here like a sex symbol. So that's why I'm like, I'm working out every day. I just worked out this morning. I just worked out this every morning. I get up, I'm working out. I'm busting out those push-ups, those sit-ups, squats every day. And I'm still sore. I'm not as sore as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was sore as fuck. I was sore as fuck. Because like I'm putting my body through pressure it's not used to. Because I wasn't focusing on the body as much as I should. That's why I'm making up for what I wasn't doing. I wasn't focusing enough on my body. I was all about the mental. I was all about the mental. I was all about the spiritual, right? I was all about the mystery schools. Now I'm like, if I'm not walking around here like a sex symbol, what am I doing? So that's why I'm taking these steps. I'm like, yeah, I have to get on it. So that's why I'm like, I'm not perfect. I don't have everything figured out. I still got to make the right moves as well. So that's why I'm just doing the best that I can. Like I said, it don't take much. I'm not telling you just got to just completely just go cold turkey with things that you like. It's just step by step by step. Same thing with me, it's step by step. Again, so just because I read all this literature and all this, I'm like, I still got to put that work in. I still got to bust this exercise every day. I still got to do those pull-ups, those push-ups. After I do this video, I'm probably gonna go to the park. I'm gonna hit that pull-up bar. Because again, I'm still sore, but when you sore, you still got to stretch. So I'm like, I still got to stretch my muscles. I still got to get it in. So that's why I say by 2023, what I mean, hopefully I would have put on with like about 20 pounds. You know what I mean, have a little muscles on me. So you're still a little skinny. I gotta put some mass on that. I gotta put some mass on it. I mean, I'm still a little skinny over here. So I got work to do. So that's why I'm just being honest. So I'm not speaking from perfection. I'm like, I still got to put in work on myself, right? Yeah, I got my little abs, but I still got work to do, right? So that's the message, right? How to move in 2022 and beyond. So hopefully this was beneficial. Hopefully this was helpful. So I will be coming up probably a little bit later. Again, I'm probably just about to go out, hit up these pull-ups to stay on my exercise, stay on my tantra. You know what I mean? Again, trying to increase my ability to last. You know what I mean? I got to be able to take women down. I can't be out here fucking 5-7 minutes busting off. You know what I mean? I got to twist. I got to be able to bend and mold. I got to be able to do all type of magical shit so that I am who I say I am. All right? So I can't just be giving my energy off to random people, to strangers. I don't do that. Why do y'all think I'd be having so much energy to talk so much? Like, what do you think? Do you really think if I was out here fucking that I would have this energy to give to y'all? I wouldn't. I would be chasing ass because that would be my only thing. I'll be in my human mode, but I'm not. Like, I had to refrain from all that. So, I mean, I only make myself available to those who practice a lifestyle. I'm not doing that. Respect for the discipline. I'm just doing my best. I still got work to do, though. I said, I'm not perfect. I still got work to do. So I'm just bringing you into the journey. I still got work to do, right? So by no means have I mastered this. I'm just doing the best that I can do. So that's why I be having so much energy, to give to the people, give to 93. Again, because I'm not out here looking for the next woman to take down. I look at these women out here. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed. I don't give a fuck how good they look. You got women walking around here with artificial bodies. I'm like, you don't know if it's real, if it's fake. You got artificial all this type. I'm not tripping over none of that. The only thing I'm thinking about is to make sure that my body is on point, that I am as natural as I can be. I'm not worried about what nobody else is doing. That's why, again, I'm not even looking at people that close anyway, especially these fucking humans. Like, I'm not impressed. Again, motherfuckers eating fast food and shit. They do a workout and go fucking hit McDonald's and shit like that. That's not impressive to me at all. I haven't even eaten anything today. I probably only had with a cup of cereal. Not even I didn't even have a whole bowl of cereal. The only thing I've had to eat today is with this little cup of cereal, which and I didn't even need that. So that's the only thing I've been putting in my system. So I'm basically operating from an empty stomach, just a little cereal. And again, I know I already bust out a workout. I'm about to bust out a whole nother workout. So you see, my energy is there. And it ain't because I try to keep my stomach light because, it's best for you to work out and exercise on an empty stomach. It's best for you to do anything magical on an empty stomach, right? All your magical works should take place on an empty stomach. That's why the best time to activate your magic is when you wake up or before you go to sleep, right? So again, I'm just doing my best to be a living example of what I speak about. The last thing I want to do is be somebody running their damn mouth, and I'm not living that out because that would make me a hypocrite. And I didn't come here and manifest myself to be a hypocrite. All this were to be who we are. Essentially, I wonder where all this goes when we die. When you die, you will not reincarnate if you put in the right work. That's why you're doing it. You're doing it to escape reincarnation. That's what you're doing it for. Because if you keep doing that human shit, don't be upset when you reincarnate and you got to do this shit all over. That's what I'm saying. You put in this work so that when you can actually go to the, as they say, the seventh heavens. You can actually be eye to eye with the divine. You can actually see the face of God. Don't expect to do that again when you living out here like a savage. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We see what's happening. You know what I mean? We see people are getting taken out. We are in the Kali Yuga. All these so-called savages is being taken off of the fucking map. Look how many people died from COVID. You think I'm fucking around? Look how many people died from COVID. Millions. They don't even report the deaths no more. You think I'm fucking around? And most of the people that died were overweight and out of shape. So tell me where I'm lying. Most of the people that's getting checked out of weight, out of shape, too much weight. They walking around with too much weight. Exactly. Escaping the will of samsara. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. That's why we put this work in. But you see, if you're still thinking physical, then you're like, okay, well, when we die, well, you're still thinking too physical. You're still in the material plane. We're not doing this to become more material. We're doing this to activate our cosmic consciousness, not our spirit. We're activating our cosmic consciousness. But of course, it doesn't mean nothing to somebody who just wants to be physical. Of course, okay, yeah, just eat whatever the fuck you want then. Do whatever you want, fuck whoever you want to fuck, and just see where it gets you. Don't be surprised when you come back and you just got to do this shit all over again. Again, for people that are cosmic, this shit gets boring. This shit bores me. This shit doesn't excite me like it excites again. I'm not walking around lusting after women. That shit don't excite me no more. Like it excites again. You got men that all they think about is ass and pussy. That shit don't excite me. I'm not excited about that shit. If I was, again, I wouldn't be here. I would be out here looking for the next woman, right? I would not be on here running my mouth about how to better yourself and how I'm doing what I can do to better myself. I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be doing this. It would be no point. I just came from outside. I just came looking at all these men. You know what I mean? Just waiting for women to walk past looking at ass and titties. I've seen them. They right outside the house. I literally see them. They ain't got nothing to do. They're all over the place. I see them all over the place. And again, I'm just not impressed. Because why should I be? But again, it may be because my soul is a little older. Shit that impresses other people, I'm just not impressed by it. Hence why I'm here doing YouTube. Hence why I made 1,000 fucking videos talking about this stuff, right? Because I'm not impressed by the bullshit. But how do we end up here if we are so perfect and divine? When did I say we were perfect? I never said that. I never said that we are perfect. This is for an experience. This is a reminder that you are not a human. You are not a spirit having a human that's another thing that people say. We are a spirit having a human experience. That's what they want you to think. Right? They want you to think you're a spirit having a human experience. You are a cosmic being. Right? But again, I'm not trying to force this on nobody. If you don't comprehend it, then you don't comprehend it, and that's completely fine. If you want to live whatever lifestyle you want to live, then go right ahead and live it. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm not here to change nobody's mind. If you don't resonate with it, don't try to. Don't try to comprehend something that you don't want to comprehend. It's that simple. If it does not make sense to you, do not try to force it. I'm not here to try to force nobody to do nothing that they don't want to do. I'm only talking to the people that this resonates with. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it is fine. Everybody has free will, but I'm talking about the true will. That's the difference. I'm not speaking about exercising your free will. I'm talking about exercising your true will. If you have no intentions of exercising your true will, then don't. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you. Ain't nobody telling you what you can and can't do out here. You're free to live whatever lifestyle you want to live. So if you're not trying to better yourself, don't. It's just that simple. Again, I'm not here to convince nobody. Do what you do. It's just that simple. But if you feel like me, this ain't something that you give a fuck about like that. Right? 93, 93. What's up, Immortal 72? Right? If you ain't on a 93 time, you're not on a 93 time. It's not for everyone. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. Do not try to force it if it ain't for you. So if what I'm saying don't resonate, then don't force it. What's up, Chief 93? Fuck, we got 93 coming in. Salute to 93. 93 is in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? I agree with you. It's just some observation I can't wrap around my mind. Don't force it. That's what I'm telling you. Don't force it. If you can't wrap your mind around it, it's because you're not on that level yet. And if you don't want to be on that level, no one's forcing you to. You have free will. Exercise your free will. That's all I'm saying. If it does not resonate with you, if you can't wrap your mind around it, leave it alone. It's clearly not for you. Do not try to force it. I didn't have to force 93. 93 resonated with me. I didn't have to force it. So if it feels like, I agree with you, but I can't really wrap my mind around it, then by all means, find a lifestyle that you can wrap your mind around. That's all I can tell you. That's the only advice I have for you. So if eating healthy ain't for you, then don't eat healthy. If you don't want to keep yourself hydrated, then by all means, live the lifestyle, exercise your free will. Do what everybody else is doing. That's what everybody else is doing, right? That's how the world works, right? Then operate like the world works, right? Be a capitalist, right? Make as much money as you can. Fuck as many bitches as you want. Ain't nobody stopping you. If you want to be the next Elon Musk, ain't nobody stopping you, right? Nobody's stopping you. But for those who understand, you're like, yo, damn, I got to get on my shit. For those who are like, yeah, I got to get on my shit, then you get on it. Because we have a limited time here. We're not going to be here forever. So you want to even if you decide to reincarnate, you can reincarnate on a higher chamber, right? Because this is what it is. How do I say this? Once in the cultist, always in the cultist. That's what this is about. Meaning if this doesn't resonate with you, it never has and never will. We're not dealing with no new souls here. Meaning, if you have been a part of the mystery schools, you have always been a part of the mystery schools. If it doesn't resonate with you, you were never a part of this. Meaning, this is not my first rendezvous. It's not your first rendezvous. Everybody who resonates with the mystery schools is because you were already there. You have already been putting in this work from a past life. That's how you got here, right? We are just continuing where we left off. So that's why anybody who resonates with 93, anybody who resonates with the Lima, anybody who resonates with alchemy, the mystery schools, is because you have already been putting in that work from the beginning. From the beginning, you was there. When all this was on the planet fresh, you were there. You signed up for this. That's why you're here now. Once a Kabbalist, always a Kabbalist. Once an occultist, always an occultist. So I'm really not even speaking to nobody new. That's the crazy part. I'm not even, everybody, every one of us that resonates with this is because we've been doing this for lifetimes. We've been doing this for lifetimes. Nobody's new over here. That's why we resonate with this, because we have always been doing this. This is how we've been living anyway, before we even knew it. Before I even knew about 93, I was already living 93. Before I can put a name on it, I was already this, just like you was already this. You was already an occultist before you even had the word, because this is a continuation, right? Once an occultist, always an occultist. There is no new souls here. So that's why anybody who don't resonate is like you will never resonate with it, because you were never a part of this. You have not dedicated enough energy and time into this to resonate with it. I don't resonate with it because of what I did this lifetime. We've been doing this for thousands of years, and we ain't going nowhere. We made the choice to reincarnate here, just to come back and lay this game down. It's that simple. A lot of us don't have to come back, but we choose to come back to lay this game down, to continue our work, because we know the value of the work. We never came here to just get caught up in the matrix. That's how we transcend this bitch. And then other people don't, because they never will. They don't care to, because they're humans. That's why we're not humans. Humans resonate with the material plane because they don't exist outside of the material plane. It's just that simple. If you don't resonate with this, that means you're a human and you don't exist outside of the material plane. That's why you don't care about nothing outside of the material plane, because you don't exist outside of the material plane, because you have not put in no work, and you will not put in no work because you don't like, oh, why the fuck should I put in any work? You're human. This is not for you. And again, this is for anybody who don't resonate. If you're human, then be a human. There's no need for you to even contemplate these things, because you're looking at me confused, right? It's just that simple. If anything I'm saying just has you in confusion, it's because you're not this. You have not put in no work, and you will not put in no work, because you don't exist outside of the material plane. You have no desire to escape reincarnation or to come back on your terms. So if you do reincarnate, you reincarnate on your terms. That's why we found ourselves. And that's why we took on our magical names, because this is a continuation of what we have always been doing and what we will continue to do. I specifically came back here to continue work. That's why I made myself known. This is a continuation of what we've been doing. We've been 93. That's why I be telling y'all. We are one. We've been 93. This ain't our first rendezvous. That's why we unlock the collective unconsciousness when we come together. When we come together, we unlock the collective unconsciousness. That's why I'm able to express things you're not going to hear nobody else talk about. Because I'm like, yo, this is a collective. It ain't just me. I don't take no credit for this. 93 is all of us. So if you're 93, that means you've been doing this. If you feel the way I feel, it's because you've been doing this. It ain't just because you learned something one day. You came into some knowledge or some book, and now you change your life. You're like, no, like, oh shit, I've been this. And you goddamn right, you've been this. And you will remain this, because you know better. Because you are not a human. So you don't resonate with human activities. Yes, we have done human shit, like I've done a bunch of human shit like everybody else. But eventually you evolve beyond that. You're like, okay, why am I doing this shit? Eventually you get tired of it. So if you are a human and you're like, yo, I just want to continue to engage in the bullshit, then that's exactly what you're going to do, regardless of what I say or what anybody say. Can't nobody stop you, right? But eventually when you get tired of this shit, like, all right, I didn't did enough fucking. You know, I done did enough crazy eating, crazy lifestyles. It just gets boring. Just like people who join a gang and then you outgrow it. You're like, all right, fuck it. I didn't did enough bullshit. I didn't spend enough time being a savage, because that was never who I was in the first place. So you outgrow it. You're like, I ain't, man, fuck all that shit. You outgrow it because it was never you in the first place. And once you came to that realization, you made the change. Like, damn, man, I was never that. I was this. I was never that. So just like, and nobody had to force you. Nobody had to force me to become bulimic. It was by choice. It wasn't by force. Right? It's just that simple, right? So I'm just speaking that for anybody who has a hard time comprehending anything that comes out my mouth. It's not for you to comprehend. You didn't come here for this. And if you do resonate with it, it's because you've been on this time. All I'm doing is reminding us of who the fuck we are. That's all I'm just a reminder. I'm not better than nobody. I'm just a reminder. I'm just a reminder. Like, we've been on this time. And we're going to stay on this time. And we're going to die on this time. Right? And we're going to reincarnate, if we choose, on our own terms. And that's all I can say, right? So I'll be back as shortly, right? 93, 93, 93. We out this bitch.